What's up, baddies, and welcome back to the Blitz Babes. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Erin. Week 11 is officially in the books, which means we're deep into the holiday stretch. It was a week defined by major upsets and wild shifts at the top of the standings. So let's get right into our opening segment. This week's Slays and Nays.
Yeah, get into it.
I really liked the Patriots unis, the rivalry blue. They're
Yep.
like dusty blue color. I really love that color on them. So good.
I also really loved the Patriots rivalry uniforms. I think they were really cute. But the one that
I
has like
agree.
the stars on the
Yeah.
stars on the collar. Oh,
Yeah.
I loved those. Those are so
It
cute.
was it was really nice.
I really liked the Rams uniforms. They were like navy blue. The the powder blue on the shoulder threw me off,
Yeah.
but it kind of grew on me and I kind of liked it.
That's what I was gonna say was I liked the navy, but I did not like that lighter blue.
I feel like it made it a little bit different and it was like I didn't expect it
I
and
wish
then I
maybe
didn't know how to
instead
feel
of
about it.
I wish maybe instead of blue, maybe they did the yellow.
That's fair.
Maybe.
All
I don't know.
right. What was your nays?
I actually did not have any nays this week. I honestly forgot to pay attention. And
I
nothing really stood out to me until you pointed your nay out to me.
my nay this week was Jameson Williams wearing that baggy ass gray undershirt. I
Yeah,
don't I don't love it. And you know how I feel about baggy undershirt.
and he does usually wear that, but I did not like that it was gray.
Yeah, I didn't love the gray undershirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, actually, J-Mo was my nay. I guess we can get into it later, but just him was my nay. He did not slay this week. He was
No.
bad. He was so bad after I gave him props the other day. And I was like,
Shaking my head.
oh, he's actually doing so good. He's not aggressive. He's doing da da da. Which I
Right.
guess I guess he wasn't aggressive, but
Aggressively passionate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, if you're enjoying today's show, let us know.
Hit the like and subscribe button right now. And for this week's comment, what current player who doesn't play for your favorite team do you most secretly root for?
Mm, I don't think that mine is a secret, but Young Weiku.
Yahoo! Yeah, that's real.
I
That's a
love that
valid
man.
answer. Um,
Let's see.
I
Hmm.
think well, of course I'm always gonna root for Josh Allen, but I feel like uh I feel like a player that I've actually low key been rooting for, like not loudly, uh recently is Bryce Young. After learning that he's a Latino icon, like Latina to Latino, like I have to support my people. So I've low key been rooting for him ever since we learned during Hispanic Heritage Month that he's a Latino king. And he's also, the Panthers have also kind of been on the come up and have been doing better than I thought they were gonna do. So that is one player that I've actually low key really been rooting for.
That's so true. I
Yeah, I
love
never
how
really paid attention before, but recently in these last few games,
I love how both of our answers are people that we support because of their culture.
yeah. I mean, gotta support our
Got to.
gotta support our people.
No, literally.
Gotta support gotta support our heritage.
I agree. Well, comment your answer down below and let's get back into some serious stuff with the injury report. Now, as a
Boo.
disclaimer, yeah, this is not a comprehensive list of every single injury that's happened, nor is it a comprehensive list of any player that did not play during week 11. We just cover some of the more notable ones. But if we missed a major one that's going to sink your team, let us know. Starting off, we have Aaron Rodgers. He hurt his non throwing wrist and he left the Steelers game against the Bengals. It's not believed to be long term, but the 41-year-old quarterback status is being monitored. He's turning 42 in a couple weeks.
Holy fuck.
I did look this up. Side note, because I just remembered the oldest active NFL player was 48.
Oh wow.
Michael Penix Jr. suffered an injury to his knee during the Falcons' loss and is expected to miss time. Kirk Cousins will likely step in, and Penix has been placed on IR.
Wow.
Kirk Cousins is back.
I love to see it.
Me too. Drake London was ruled out in overtime with a knee injury. Dylan Gabriel was concussed, left the Browns lost to the Ravens and is in the protocol. Shador Sanders relieved him but looked overmatched. That is just a side note that we'll get into later.
Right.
Um, Josh Jacobs hurt his knee against the Giants and is not expected to miss significant time. The initial belief is that he avoided a significant injury.
That's good.
And Calvin Ridley broke his fibula in Sunday's loss to the Texans and is out for the remainder of the 2025 season.
Ouch. Damn. That's tough.
Yep.
All right, now for the juicy stuff. Gather around and get your mugs ready because this is tea time. We
Woo.
actually have some decent tea this week. So, the biggest and perhaps ugliest story of the week comes out of the AFC North rivalry game between the Bengals and the Steelers. It involves superstar wide receiver Jamar Chase and veteran DB Jalen Ramsey. So, late in the Steelers' dominant win over the Bengals, the intense trash talk between Chase and Ramsey boiled over. Ramsey was ejected for retaliating with a punch after he claimed that Chase spat on him. Chase immediately denied the accusation after the game. However, a field level video quickly surfaced, appearing to confirm Jalen Ramsey's account. The NFL reviewed the footage and immediately delivered a verdict. Chase was suspended for 1 game without pay for violating the league's sportsmanship policy.
They had
So
receipts.
they had receipts. This was a costly loogie.
Ooh.
Chase's suspension Chase's suspension will include the loss of his weekly base salary check plus his active roster bonus. The total financial penalty is reported to be over $507,000, approximately $448,333 from his game check, and a nearly $59,000 roster bonus. This sets a hard precedent that spitting on an opponent will result in a minimum 1 game suspension and a loss of over $500,000 for a star player. Gracie.
That is crazy. I
Yeah.
wonder how he feels. I think he's still denying it.
Bruh, you were caught on camera in 4K. How are you
Right.
denying it? They caught you in you're in the video in 4K.
And it was so nasty too. Like it was so much spit out of his mouth.
Right. That's insane.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, the theme of internal team discipline was also a major talking point, with two high profile players being benched, not for performance, but for violating team rules. So, Bills receiver Keon Coleman was an unexpected healthy scratch for the Bills' big week 11 game against the Bucks. Multiple reports confirmed that Coleman missed a team meeting on Friday, leading the Bills to bench the young wideout for the crucial matchup. And then the Cowboys star receivers CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens were benched for the first series of their Monday Night Football game against the Raiders. Owner Jerry Jones confirmed it was some meeting type discipline.
They shouldn't have been on that strip.
Shaking my head. These moves are a signal from coaching staffs that despite the intense playoff races, accountability and team rules supersede talent. For the Bills, benching a key receiver in a must win game sends a powerful message that no one is above the rules, which could either unite the locker room or fracture it.
That is crazy. I'm actually glad to see that some discipline is happening because I think that does result in just bad key or bad team dynamics. But damn.
Like, look at the Dolphins. What did Tua say? They're showing up late to the meetings and.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. But
But now
yeah.
they're getting their shit together. So
Yeah, I did see that they had CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the sideline for the first drive. I'm pretty sure they did go 3 and out, but still, that's really embarrassing. Like, damn.
It somebody compared it to the that one SpongeBob scene where it's like, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. All right, boys, get out of here.
Oh yeah, then the door closes, it opens right up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But it's a statement, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean it must have did something because they both kind of went crazy. But
They're putting their foot down. The coach is putting his foot down.
shout out to that coach. I like him. Now let's turn our attention to those teams who have proven themselves. It's time for the glow up of the week.
Yeah.
Tell me about your glow up.
I got you. So, after 8 straight victories, we are officially crowning the Denver Broncos with the biggest glow up in week 11. They didn't just win, they delivered a season defining moment, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 22-19 with a walk-off field goal.
Hell yeah.
This victory gives Denver a commanding lead in the division and puts the entire league on notice. This glow up was a collective effort built on defense and clutch play. Marvin Mims Jr., back from injury, changed the game's field position battle with a 70-yard punt return that set up an early field goal. Later, an unheralded special teams player, Frank Crum, blocked the Chiefs' extra point attempt following their lone touchdown, a play that was absolutely crucial as it kept the game tied at 19-19 instead of giving Kansas City the lead. Then we have slot corner Jaquan McMillian with the defensive MVP, becoming the first Broncos corner ever to record 2 sacks and an interception in a single game. His late game sack of Mahomes on 3rd and 10 forced a punt, giving the offense the ball back for the final drive. And last but not least, quarterback Bo Nix delivered yet another game winning drive, his 5th of the season, tied for the NFL lead, highlighted by a clutch 20-yard throw to Cortland Sutton on 3rd and 15 deep in their own territory, and a 32-yard strike to Troy Franklin to set up the game winning kick. The most emotional moment of the game belonged to kicker Will Lutz. 1 year ago, at Arrowhead Stadium, Lutz had a 35-yard game-winning field goal blocked by the Chiefs as time expired in a crushing 16-14 loss. This week, however, Lutz lined up for the exact same distance, a 35-yard field goal, to win the game as time expired. He admitted, "I was kind of like, shoot, here we are." But Lutz nailed the kick perfectly for the walk-off win, delivering sweet revenge and burying the ghost of last season's heartbreak. So now the Chiefs fall to a stunning 5-5 record and are now 4 games behind the 9-2 Broncos with only 6 games left to play. After winning the AFC West for 9 straight years, their run of dominance is all but over. The Chiefs' probability of making the playoffs has dropped significantly, falling from roughly 60% to around 37 to 55% across various projections. So, simply put, the Chiefs are now fighting for their playoff lives, a sentence that has not been uttered in the Mahomes era. Crazy. So, to the Denver Broncos, you have won 8 straight games, you defeated your division rival, and you cemented your control over the AFC West. You are my well deserved glow up of the week.
Shout out to the kickers.
Yeah, shout out to all the kickers.
And the Chiefs and the Texans currently have the same record.
That is so diabolical as a Texans
Like,
fan.
right. But also, if you're a Chiefs fan, I feel like it's just like that feeling must hurt like worse, especially if you're like, recently a Chiefs fan in the past 9 years. Not saying anything, but hey, if you enjoyed seeing those nice wins and those nice victories and Super Bowl rings, I don't know what to tell you this year. Maybe better luck next year.
Better luck next year. Sorry, boys.
But hey, I mean, do you think that they could? I think that they might still be able to go into the playoffs. They just have to win the rest of their games.
Maybe. I mean, they allegedly have 37 to 55% chance across various projections. So, I mean, that's still, the numbers are still there, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit humiliating. and I love to see it.
I'm enjoying it.
What was your glow up of the week?
Well, after that sloppy turnover filled performance against the Dolphins that left their season in doubt, we are officially crowning the Buffalo Bills with the biggest glow up in week 11.
Yeah.
The Bills went from a team facing a major crisis to one that absolutely erupted on offense, taking down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a thrilling 44-32 shootout. This was a get right game that restored confidence in their Super Bowl aspirations. And when the offense is unleashed, what happens? Josh Allen delivers an all time great performance. Forget the two early interceptions. We don't have to talk about them. He shook them off and accounted for a staggering 6 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 3 rushing, a personal best for total scores in a single game. 19 for
Wow.
30, 317 yards, 3 titties, 3 rushing titties, and a 100, we'll round it up, right? 104 passer rating. The run game showed up. The commitment to the run game paid off. Even though the team rushed 453 yards, the 3 rushing titties from Allen anchored the goal line offense, proving they can punch it when it matters the most. The newly acquired McCole Hardman made an immediate impact, starting the game with a 61-yard kickoff return to set up the Bills' first scoring drive. Getting explosive plays from a neglected unit is a massive sign of a glow up.
True.
In a tight game, the Bills scored the final 2 touchdowns of the game, showcasing the killer instinct they lacked the week before. They punched in their 2 first drives in the fourth quarter to close the door decisively. This game was all about resilience and clutch play. They could have folded after losing the lead in the fourth quarter, but they leaned on their superstar to deliver a massive 44-32 victory. Sorry, not getting over it, especially after their last week. They replaced self inflicted mistakes with spectacular plays, and that's why they're my glow up of the week.
Period. I was really excited that the Bills had a good game after the monstrosity that was last week. I was a little bit sad that it was against the Bugs. I love the Bugs. I'm rooting for them.
Yeah. I I saw someone like in one of our comments, and I kind of do agree with it. I would say that they still are on fraud alert because there's just no way like that. Like you're losing to the Dolphins one week, and then you're losing to the Bucks another. Like you can't just win. I mean, not losing, winning to the Bucks in the next, but like you can't just like win on teams that apply pressure when obviously you were pressured by the Dolphins.
Right. They're so confusing. I will agree. I think they're not out of the woods yet of fraud alert.
Right? Maybe in a couple more
Uh,
weeks.
yeah, I agree. They've had some really, really questionable losses this season. We shall see.
Yeah,
We
and maybe
shall. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say maybe the Dolphins are just their like what's it called? Like a their weakness because the first game
Their
they played
kryptonite.
against them, yeah, the first game they played with them, it was really close. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Like it was not supposed to be that close either, but
Aren't
maybe they
they
just
like it's like a division game? Aren't they in the
yeah,
same division? They're like division rivals or whatever.
yeah, but still,
Yeah. I'll blame
I
it
don't
on
care.
that, but still
Sure.
questionable. But we showed love to the teams who glowed up. Now it's time to talk about the ones who absolutely fumbled the bag. Who was your fumble
Yeah.
of the week?
And speaking of teams that should have won, we did just finish celebrating a big one for the Bills. Now we have to talk about the absolute shit show dropped by the Los Angeles Chargers. They were
Damn.
riding a 3 game winning streak, looking like a real threat in the AFC and heading straight into their bye. All they had to do was show up against the Jaguars. Instead, they delivered what head coach Jim Harbaugh called getting beat every which way you could possibly get beat. This wasn't just a loss, it was a comprehensive no show. The Los Angeles Chargers had the most embarrassing effort of week 11. They went from a team dominated time of possession and boasted one of the league's best defenses to getting absolutely run out of the building in a 35-6 rout by the Jaguars.
Crazy.
35-6 by the Jaguars.
That is so unbelievable.
And The Jaguars aren't like an F tier team. They're not
Right.
that bad this year. So I'm not trying to say like, oh, yeah, it's the Jaguars, but the Jaguars compared to the Chargers,
Crazy. Right?
right? I don't know. Maybe the Jaguars are like on one. They did beat the Chiefs earlier this year, but still, whatever. Coming into this game, the Chargers defense was on a historic run, allowing the fewest rushing yards per game in the league over the last few contests. Against the Jaguars, they gave up a season high 192 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. They just couldn't bend. They broke into a million pieces. Justin Herbert was statistically worse than he's ever been in a regular season game where he didn't suffer a game ending injury. He threw for a career low 81 yards with an interception and a 44 passer rate. The fact that he was benched in the fourth quarter for Trey Lance tells you everything you need to know. They can't let the offensive line off the hook either, or we can't let them off the hook. They continue to be a massive problem, giving up pressure all day and completely destroying any chance for the offense to get into a rhythm. The run game was non existent, managing just 42 total rushing yards as a team. This was a veteran team that looked completely flat, undisciplined against a team they should have handled right before their bye week. They showed up looking ahead instead of playing the game in front of them, and that resulted in a loss, the worst loss of the Jim Harbaugh era.
That's really crazy. Yeah, this was shocking.
It was just a disaster, honestly. I still can't believe what I was watching, and I'm pretty sure I turned off the like I'm pretty sure all the games on like that I was watching on Sunday Ticket was just so bad that I just like turned it off. Actually, no, I took a nap until the 3 o'clock games came on.
That was really rough. It wasn't even like, man, they couldn't get anything going on offense. Nothing. That's
No.
6 points. Six? It
Like,
was literally like, what did he say? What did Jim Harbaugh say? They got beat in every which way you could possibly be beat. That
yes.
is, that's the best way I could explain it. They did, in
Yeah.
fact, get beat in every which way they could have possibly gotten beat.
Yeah. Like, like you didn't even like really score. You just
No,
let Dicker do everything for you. Just
crazy.
crazy. Ugh,
I'm
crazy.
disappointed.
Me too. And speaking of other disappointments, who was your fumble? Tell us. No, don't tell us. Okay, fine. Tell us.
After riding a wave of confidence and sitting atop the NFC North, the Detroit Lions showed up to Philadelphia for a prime time showdown with the Eagles and delivered an absolute clinic on how to shoot yourself in the foot.
Oh.
This wasn't just a loss, it was a festival of self inflicted wounds that cost them a crucial conference victory. The Lions, known as your favorite team, and also known for their aggressive risk taking identity under coach Dan Campbell, are our fumble of the week after their agonizing 16-9 loss to the Eagles.
Oh.
This loss was defined by undisciplined, costly errors in every phase of the game. Trailing 6-0 in the second quarter, quarterback Jared Goff hit receiver Jameson Williams for a brilliant 40-yard touchdown catch and run, momentarily tying the game and injecting life into the Lions' offense. Williams immediately sprinted to the back of the end zone and jumped onto the goalpost padding and bear hugged the upright. This is a clear decade old violation of the unsportsmanlike conduct rule and drew a 15-yard penalty. The penalty backed up the routine extra point try from the 15-yard line to the 30, which then kicker Jake Bates missed the 47-yard attempt wide right. Instead of taking a 7-6 lead, the game remained tied 6-6. That single lost point proved crucial in the final 16-9 score.
Which is so fucking crazy because uh I don't know if you saw, but both kickers missed their attempts during practice, like before
Yeah,
kickoff,
I believe it. That's
because I guess it
crazy.
was so windy or whatever.
They
But
kept
I was
showing the
like,
flag.
bruh. Yeah, like it was
I
like so windy and they kept missing the practice points or practice kicks and I was just and then whenever they got pushed back, I was like, great,
already difficult. Let's make it even harder.
great. And then it's like and then they showed him on the sidelines and he didn't even give a fuck.
At all. I mean, damn.
That's why he's my nay.
Yeah, understandable. Coach Dan Campbell is known for his gutsy calls, but in week 11, that aggression was completely snuffed out by the Eagles' elite defense. The Lions went 0 for 5 on fourth down attempts, including 3 consecutive failures in the third quarter alone. The most egregious failure, a failed fake punt by the special teams unit early in the second quarter, which gave the Eagles excellent field position and led to a field goal. Later, they failed on a fourth and goal from the Eagles' 4 yard line, turning over the ball deep in scoring territory and allowing the Eagles' defense to rest. When the Lions finally forced a stop late in the fourth quarter, down by 7, a controversial flag gave the game away. With 1 minute and 51 seconds remaining, the Lions defense forced an incomplete pass on 3rd and 8 that should have led to an Eagles punt, giving the offense a chance to tie the game. Instead, an absolutely terrible defensive pass interference flag, as called by NBC's Chris Collinsworth, shout out Chris Collinsworth, was thrown against corner Rock Yassin on receiver AJ Brown. The penalty gave the Eagles a first down, allowing them to run out the entire clock and securing their victory. To the Detroit Lions, this performance was a masterclass in giving a game away through a combination of individual ill discipline and failed execution. To be fair though, that fucking call was so bullshit. Even Chris Collinsworth was like watching the replay and he was like I quoted it here, he said it was absolutely terrible. But then he was also like, if anything, that's offensive pass interference. So it really
Right.
was so fucking ridiculous. I think you turned the game off by this point, but like I wish you would have seen that call because it was so egregious. It was so diabolical. He didn't even touch him. If anything, it was offensive pass interference. It was so diabolical. Which, like, I want to be mad and excuse it because, like I said, it would have been, it would have allowed them to at least have a chance to tie it, which they didn't get after that call. But I mean, they shouldn't have even been in that position to begin with. Like,
Right, right. Yeah, they still
but
kind of played like shit. So I did turn off the game. One thing I did want to talk about is I don't know if you've noticed, but all weekend long they were referencing AJ Brown going on a stream with
oh, it was, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I know what
His
you're
name's
talking
Jank
about.
yeah, his name's Janky Rondo. It's funny because Alphonse actually watches him, but on that stream, like, you know, he was, like, kinda talking shit or whatever, and but every single commentator was bringing it up, even, like, games that were not even the Eagles. I'm like, "Bruh." When I was retwisting his hair, and we were watching the Jets-Dolphins game, and they were talking about it. I was like, "What the fuck?"
You're talking about whenever he was like, I wouldn't start me if I was in fantasy or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
well, he kinda went deeper into it, and he was "Well, like, you need touches," and, like, basically complaining that he wasn't getting touches.
Yeah. My favorite part was that whenever they were talking about it in the Lions game and then Chris Collinsworth was like, "Wow, a receiver complaining about not getting the ball enough?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before." I'm like, "Bitch." He's so funny. He's so stupid.
I did
Love
see
him.
that, that was so funny. Um, but
I
yeah,
mean,
I was
that's
like
so real though. Like, it's true. They
I guess I
always
was just
do that.
annoyed because like, everybody was just bringing it up, and I was just like,
Right.
"Why?"
Like, what's new? What's new though? Like,
Right. I think he needs to just go like I said, it's because he's not reading a book on the bench.
right. Of course.
If he was actually, he's not even following the book that he read. Last year, he read Inner Excellence. He's not following his Inner Excellence book.
Well, we can get into some of the other notable games.
Yes. Okay. The first game we have is Panthers versus Falcons. They were 30-27 in overtime, or they went
T.
into overtime.
There's a few
Um,
games that went into overtime, I think, or maybe it was just two. It was more
I
than
think it was
one.
just yeah, I think it was just two. Someone correct us down below. But Bryce Young, your Latino king.
Hey, my Latino king, Latino icon.
There you go. Set a new franchise record with 448 passing yards, 31 of 45, surpassing Cam Newton's previous record. He threw three
Wow.
touchdowns and had a 123.2 passer rating. Panthers had completions to 9 different receivers, including a 130-yard, two-touchdown effort from T. Higgins. Falcons running back Bijan Robinson rushed for 104 yards and two touchdowns. The Panthers staged a strong second half comeback with Xavier Legette providing a crucial spark with a 36-yard touchdown catch, which was the longest of his season. After the Panthers' defense forced a fumble on a Falcons kickoff return, Bryce Young engineered the game winning drive in overtime, culminating in a 28-yard field goal by kicker Ryan Fitzgerald to seal the win. This was Young's 10th career game winning drive, the most in the NFL since he entered the league in 2023.
Period.
I
Slay
guess
Bryce
his
Young. What the hell?
yeah, I guess his job is not on the line. I think he's
Wow.
really
Yeah.
listening to our podcast and just taking our advice in and
Right.
really absorbing it and finding himself each game so that way he doesn't end up on our fumble of the week.
Right. Of course. That has to be. That has to be it. I can't think
Obviously,
of any other reason or thing that it could be.
right? He's obviously one of our subscribers.
Yeah. And you should be too. Hit the
And if
subscribe
you're
button.
not, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, hit it. Tap that notification bell.
um, what else do we have here? Jets versus Patriots, 14-27. So the Patriots have extended their winning streak to 8 games, claiming sole possession of first place in the AFC East. Patriots quarterback Drake May had a strong outing, going 25 of 34 for 281 yards and a touchdown. And Jets quarterback Justin Fields led the team in rushing with 67 yards and accounted for 2 total touchdowns. Then Patriots running back Trayvon Henderson was the game's star, completing a hat trick with 3 total touchdowns. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown. The Jets opened the game with a scoring drive, capped by Justin Fields' rushing touchdown. And with the Jets trailing by 10 in the fourth quarter and driving for a score, Justin Fields lost a fumbled snap, leading to the Patriots' field goal that effectively sealed the game.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to bring up a stat. What did I tell you? He has the most fumbles right now.
Oh, yes, you did say that.
Oh, uh, no. Uh, I went down a rabbit hole. Oh my god,
I
Quan
think it was
Mills.
the most. I think it was the most fumbles in this season.
Um, yes. Oh, he has the second most. Um, Cam Ward has the most at
Oh,
38, but Justin Fields has had 41. So I guess
holy
four
fuck!
since 2021.
Wow,
Yeah, that's bad.
okay. So he's had 41 fumbles since 2021.
Yeah, and he has the second most right now, like in the season,
Oh,
with Cam Ward being number one.
add another one.
Yeah, no, literally, no, literally. And Drake May has the third most fumbles in the season. I don't know. I guess he's kind of like Baby Brady.
Some might say.
Allegedly, well, okay, I know this was a joke, but I'm prefacing that as this is a joke. But allegedly, Tom Brady cloned himself 23 years ago. And how old is Drake May? 23.
Tom Brady is so fucking weird. Tom Brady is so weird. Like
No,
he's
I
one of
don't.
the weirdest people I think that exist.
I mean that fact is fake, but he definitely did clone his dog.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with him? Why
Why didn't he just get a new dog?
he
Is that
needs to
fucked
be
up? I don't think that's fucked up, right? That's what normal people do when their dog
you get
passes
another
away. You get
well
another
like
dog,
I mean he did get another dog.
but it doesn't have to be the same dog.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's weird.
This was wait, usually people get a new dog.
Right. Which he did, just in the weirdest fucking way you could have possibly done that. He's so weird.
Oh my goodness.
He's like the kind of weird that he probably would have done the Ocean Gate thing.
Oh yeah. Maybe he should
Like
have. Oh,
but then who would commentate? Like
Jameis Winston.
real
I don't
true.
even like hearing him commentate.
He's so cringy. He's like a every time he commentate, I don't know, the way he tries to insert himself into everything or something will happen, anything, and he'll be like, yeah, this reminds me of whenever I was throwing the ball to so and so and we had that one play that like he always like he's like that uncle at the family reunion that will like always bring up like his fucking stories from high school. Like that is very much Tom Brady whenever he's commentating.
No, literally. And then I don't know if you saw, but Drew Brees recently joined NFL on Fox, and I didn't mind him as a commentator. I think he was fine.
Oh my god, I completely missed it. I need to pay attention next time. He's
This was his
commentating now?
yeah, this is his first time. He recently joined like
Oh my
2
god,
days
slay.
before, but I think he did fine.
He must have because I didn't notice. I mean, it
But
wasn't bad. It wasn't bad enough to catch my attention, I guess.
right.
Slay.
Well, let's get into the Texans versus Titans. They were 16-13. Texans quarterback Davis Mills, who's currently filling in for CJ Stroud, threw for 274 yards and a touchdown. The game pitted the NFL's worst offense, the Titans, against the league's best defense in yards allowed, the Texans. This was the Texans' second straight comeback victory, demonstrating a new ability to finish games under D'Amico Ryan. With the game tied late, Davis Mills hit Nico Collins on a key 3rd and 16 conversion to keep the final drive alive. Matthew Wright, filling in for Kaimi Fairbairn, connected on a 35-yard field goal as the time expired to give the Texans the season sweep over the Titans. I actually did get to see the field goal. It was so nice.
Girl, this game should not have been that close. The Titans are like 1-9.
Well, the last time they played each other, they didn't even score. Like it was
It's
like 30-0 or something.
This is so diabolical. It's literally like you said, that's the NFL's worst offense against the league's best defense. And
Right.
it was won by a field goal. That's kind of diabolical.
Right.
This was a win that didn't really feel like a win. Like this should have been a blowout. How I mean, okay, I know CJ Stroud's not in the game. I get it. But
Yeah,
like
but he
the
can't
Titans are
beat.
1-9.
Yeah. I think Petrie's also out, so
Like
I don't
this game
know.
should not have been that close in my opinion.
I don't know.
But I'll
Another
take the
close
win.
game? Tell us about another close game.
Bears versus Vikings, 19-17. The Bears improved to 7-3 with their third straight victory, moving into sole possession of first place in the NFC North. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams completed 16 of 32 for 192 yards and 0 interceptions. Vikings quarterback JJ McCarthy threw 2 picks and had a 47.8 passer rating.
God
Ugh.
damn.
The
That's
Bears
crazy.
defense turned the Bears defense forced 2 turnovers, extending their NFL leading turnover margin to plus 16 for the season. The Bears led 16-3 heading into the fourth quarter, dominating the game defensively through turnovers with interceptions by Kevin Byard and Nashawn Wright. The Vikings mounted a furious late game comeback, taking a 17-16 lead with only 50 seconds left after JJ McCarthy hit Jordan Addison for a 15-yard touchdown pass. On the ensuing kickoff, Bears receiver Devon Duvernay delivered a 56-yard kickoff return to give the Bears excellent field position at the Vikings' 40-yard line. And after 3 quick runs by DeAndre Swift, kicker Cairo Santos, Brazilian, drilled a 48-yard field goal as time expired for the game winning points, making the Bears' fifth win this season after trailing in the final 2 minutes of regulation. Why the fuck does it specify that he's Brazilian?
Because that's what I put. I added that on there. I added that on there because I was like when I was like correcting the notes and everything, I was like Cairo Santos. Like, I was curious about him, so I looked him up and it said he was Brazilian. So I put that he was
You're
Brazilian.
like Santos Latino.
Well, more so the Cairo. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
I was like that like
Google,
just
tell me
like
this man's ethnicity, please.
yeah, and he's from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Like he's
Slay.
yeah.
We got another Latino icon to add to our list. We're gonna be so prepared next Hispanic Heritage Month.
Hell yeah. But yeah. It was just funny the way I forgot to tell you about it before you read. You
Brazilian?
said kicker Cairo Santos Brazilian drill.
Well, I
My
love the
bad.
representation.
And that was another thing. I was like, I know she's been like collecting them to like like know their everybody's heritage because I try to look at their flags too, but sometimes I don't know what the flag is because I'm an
American.
American. Yeah.
For real.
Exactly. So then I have to look up their name. I'm like, what ethnicity is da da da
Right.
from the from this
Yeah.
team?
I definitely also do that too.
And then
And I'm
I'm
like,
like, oh,
oh,
oh, yeah,
right, right.
Brazilian. Oh my god, that is hilarious. All right, let's get into some quick shout outs. The Commanders versus Dolphins, 13-16, went into overtime in Spain. Also, did you know their stadium had a $1.5 billion renovation?
No, in Spain?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Oh my god,
I
now I need
guess,
to look up some pictures.
yeah, I guess because Real Madrid,
Probably.
they were
They're
like,
like they're like pretty famous.
yeah, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they have 15 title championships.
Eh,
Yeah,
yeah, but how
like
many Super
maybe
Bowls have they won?
none. They suck. Okay.
Just kidding.
No, but they probably will go crazy in field goals. You never know. They'll kick like 80-yard field goals.
Brandon Aubrey came from soccer.
There you go. I think so did Koo.
Another one, thank you.
But Dolphins cornerback Jack Jones intercepted Commanders Marcus Mariota on the first play of overtime, setting up the game-winning field goal. Dolphins kicker Riley Patterson was perfect, 3 for 3, including the 46-yard game winner in overtime. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. Commanders kicker Matt Gay missed 2 field goals, including a 56-yarder to win it at the end of regulation.
Oh,
Washington,
they kicked him off the team.
not surprised. They do that
Yeah,
now, apparently.
I know, right?
Washington had a strong rushing performance with 172 total rushing yards. And Miami's Devon A-Chain was the game's rushing leader with 120 yards on 21 carries. I'm not gonna lie though, the game was boring.
As fuck. I say it anyway.
And that's another thing. It was 9 a.m. and it was boring as hell.
That's unacceptable.
Like, bro, I could go back to sleep.
Well, another game we had was Ravens versus Browns 23-16. Ravens tight end Mark Andrews scored the go-ahead 35-yard rushing touchdown on a trick play with 2 minutes 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Browns quarterback Dylan Gabriel left the game in the first half with a concussion, forcing rookie Shador Sanders to make his NFL debut.
What a day. He was kind of sad after the game, but also his house got broken into.
What?
Yeah.
Remember when that happened to Joe Burrow?
Yeah. And then they caught them like they were speeding and they were wearing his chains
I
and they
did
had
not
like
hear about that.
oh yeah, they like were wearing his chains and they had like stuff that they stole in the trunk.
That was before tea times.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's fucking crazy. Damn, Shador Sanders' house got broke into.
Yeah.
Damn, so not only did he lose his belongings, he also lost his dignity.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Miles Garrett was a wrecking ball, tallying 4 sacks in the game, and linebacker Devin Bush had a 23-yard interception return for a touchdown in the second quarter.
This was
But they
another
still lost.
game. Yeah, but this was another game that was kind of actually unacceptable for the Ravens to be that close.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's been going on with the Ravens. I really don't. I feel like they've just kind of been a hot mess, unfortunately. I fear.
Yeah, I don't know. Like what th- speechless, but like they're literally now like an underdog status, you know? Like if they make it to the playoffs and everything, it'll be crazy. They start
And
out the season so strong.
I know it's
Who, sh-
demoralizing a little bit.
who should we blame? Should we blame Derrick Henry for showing his ass last year?
It's not his fault. Not my
No.
fault. Not my fault.
Was that the downfall of the Ravens?
Having his bare booty butt cheeks blasted on national TV.
I
That was
think that I
crazy.
will
The same
never
thing
forget
happened to
that.
CeeDee Lamb. Do you remember when that happened to CeeDee Lamb too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, CeeDee Lamb's butt cheeks were blasted on national broadcast as well. My
I don't
head.
yeah. Yeah, I think I'll never forget any of that. Our last game is the Cowboys versus Raiders. They were 33 and 16. Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers, giving him the most 3+ TD games in Cowboys history. The most 3+ TD games, excuse me, in Cowboys history, which is 41. George Pickens had a huge bounce back game with 9 receptions for 144 yards and a touchdown. The Raiders struggled to finish drives, settling for 3 field goals and turning the ball over on downs multiple times. And the Cowboys defense registered a late sack on Geno Smith that led to a safety on the next drive, sealing the game. And in this game, they also honored Marshawn Nealon. Everyone wore really nice shirts and they honored him in the locker room and hung up his jersey in his locker as well.
That is so sad. That is like
Yeah.
so unimaginably sad.
And the coach, when he before he gave everybody their flowers, he teared up because he was like, you guys did it for him, you guys made him proud. I'm gonna start crying, but yeah, like I was like, oh my goodness, like it was so sad. Lately I've been watching like just a bunch of certain videos just make me cry these days.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
No, that's so sad. Yeah. Uh George George Pickens, he had the touchdown. He broke the defender's ankles, but then there was like two other guys there, and they kind of just watched him run into the end zone, which was kind of crazy. And then he did the same thing that JMO did.
Post.
He jumped on the post and like slid down.
And they didn't get a penalty.
No, they did, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I wonder if he did that because of JMO. I don't know.
Like too much of a coinkydink.
Yeah, like you think he did that because of Jameson Williams? I don't
Probably.
know.
He's crazy.
Maybe. That was a nasty touchdown though. He broke his fucking ankles. I mean, the Raiders are not a great team though, but
No.
at least it wasn't what 16-13 like in Texas. Whatever.
That's funny. Well, that's our week 11 wrap. The AFC West is unrecognizable. The NFC North has a new leader, and we're officially in the thick of the holiday race.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our take on week 12. Also, don't forget to like the video and comment down below who's a player that you root for that is not a member of your favorite team. Let us know.
Yes, let us know, and we'll catch you next week for more drama, more craziness, and more NFL.
Bye.
Peace.